Good morning and happy Tuesday. This is Anthony Special with Hawkeye Traders. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. Before we jump into today's session, I just want to share with you that our disclaimer tells us we are not giving you any live financial advice. Anything we share with you today is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult your financial advisor for live financial advice. That being said, let's jump in. Today I want to look at a couple different time frames. Most of the time I'm showing you daily charts, weekly, monthly, like you see here. So it looks like Pepsi, we're going to talk about a few home brands today, brands that we're commonly seeing every day, probably in most of our homes somewhere. So Pepsi, is starting to break down to the short side. You see on the right of the screen in our weekly chart that we are, just testing some weekly demand. And we can see in the bottom of the right side of the chart that we are testing monthly demand. Now, there's an overlapping zone in the monthly chart. So that's definitely just signifying some congestion. There's not, anything super clear at the moment. But let's jump into this for a minute. Hypothetically, if we were going to take a short position, where would we place our targets? I would place my targets at the ATR levels that correspond with my higher time frame supply and demand zones. So I would take my first target, I would book some of my first profit at the first ATR, which is at 127.25. I would take my second target and book some more profit at ATR number 3. At 119.28. Now, why 119.28? Well, because the next weekly supply zone is at 118. So I want to book it a little short. Why 127? Because at 126.50 is the bottom of that weekly supply zone. I want to book it a little short. The objective here is to lock in profit. As it continues to move, we will follow it down with our stop or whatever your trading method tells you to do. And then if you look, my very last target, my third target would be at ATR 6 at 107.32. So that puts me just a hair above my 104.62 monthly demand zone. So guys, that bounces all the way back to the sell-off at the beginning of this year at the beginning of the pandemic. Will the price likely get that low? I doubt it, but I would expect the first target and second target to most likely be hit if this trade falls through in the direction we plan it to, and then we just leave a runner out there. And I think it's safe to take the runner off at ATR 6. That's how I would play it. If somebody asked me how I would play this move with this valid entry, this is the way I would play it. So I want to share it with you. So a couple other things I want to share with you today is a couple other time frames. Now this is a daily, weekly, monthly. I want to the other time frame that I typically chart. So I trade daily for position, meaning for a long period of time, weeks to months. When I swing trade, I'm swinging from days to weeks. So I use an entry on a 240 time frame chart. That's a 4-hour chart. So here we have the beginning of a breakdown on Home Depot, another household brand. We have a qualified entry, double dot tire, higher time frame. If this does sell to the downside, we can decide where we're going to take our profits off, and we can run down the stop on it. So this is another trade that's in the process of developing right now. Now we're seeing the markets break a little bit. There's some China-U.S. trade tensions. There's some instability with the Senate. There's some instability with stimulus. The bill is going to come due sooner or later on all this pump and dump money into the market. Am I saying it's happening right now? That's not what I'm saying, but what I am saying is that there is some volatility, and we are leading into a major presidential election. So guys, hold on to your seats tight, because this is going to be a little bumpy ride in the next couple weeks. But the idea here is to take the tools that we have at Hawkeye and apply them to any time frame that you feel most comfortable trading. So like I said, when I position trade for weeks to months, I use a daily. When I swing trade from days to weeks, I use a 240. Now let's jump into the next chart when I day trade. When I day trade, I use a 3-minute chart because I feel like it gets me into the action early enough and leaves me enough potential on the way out of the action. A 5 qualified on a 10 and a 20, might get you in a little bit late if you're sitting at the computer trying to day trade. So what I typically default to is a 3-minute chart to day trade. So I got, just to recap, a daily in order to position trade. I got a 240 to swing trade and a 3-minute to day trade. With this afternoon, after the volatility this morning of the sell-off, this is another household brand, Apple. Most of you are probably watching this on an Apple device or have at least touched something made by Apple today. This is a little late session here. This is in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so before the close, but definitely later than midday. The prices started to recover a little bit from the bumpy, volatile sell-off from this morning. So we got a super clean Hawkeye entry. Would have taken a long position at 107.72, and depending on your trade strategy and depending on your management, would decide where you would take your profits off. I would probably consider taking a piece off at 2, maybe another piece at 4, the last piece at 6, or leave it running. The beauty of these ATRs is you can build out how you like to peel your profit off. And if you just want to leave a runner without a target, you can follow it with the stop or the crash barrier. So the powerful thing I'm trying to show you guys here today is it doesn't matter if you want to position, swing, or day trade. You can use Hawkeye tools to read the market no matter what and still find success in whatever your trading strategy might be. Guys, today I want to share a token of knowledge with you. Unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situations. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be. Take a minute, look at yourself in the mirror, and decide whether you're making decisions for where you are now or you're making decisions to get you closer to where you want to be. No disrespect to anybody, but the likeliness is if you're making decisions based on your current situation, and I watch people do it every day, they never attain where they want to be because their decision process is stuck here. You have to get you got to get your mind right here first before the action takes you to that place. So with that, guys, I want you to really decide what it is you want. I want you to decide not what you want in this moment. What sacrifice are you willing to make in this moment to get what you want moving forward? That is the token for today. Take that with you, carry it with you, and as you make decisions during your day, your week, your month, your year, make those decisions with the future in mind. How does what I do today affect tomorrow? Does what I do today get me closer to where I want to be tomorrow? If it doesn't, it might not be the right choice. It might be the convenient choice, but it might not be the right one. So that's the token I want to leave with you today. Think about that, and that's going to put a lot of life in perspective for you. Now, guys, I've been sharing with you for the past week and a half. The very, very first Big Energy Profits live event is coming this Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm sure you've gotten an email from me. I'm sure you've gotten one from Hawkeye. I'm sure you've gotten one from Market Traders Daily. I'm sure you've got one for Big Energy Profits. Maybe my friend Ross over at PVA or IR. Wherever you've got your invite from, please do me a favor. Register for the event. We'd love to see you there. I'm going to be there. Ross is going to be there. We're super excited about this. The whole team has poured so much work and effort into this that it's just going to be incredible. So please, please, please mark your calendar, and we hope to see each and every one of you there 1 o'clock Thursday. All right, guys? Now, let me just close up for today here. If you need us, you can always call us 888-233-8598. Visit us anytime at HawkeyeTraders.com or email us at team1@HawkeyeTraders.com. Guys, if you are using Hawkeye, fantastic. Make sure you are using the Skype room, the inner circle. Make sure you are attending the Wednesday trainings. Make sure you're going to the member section and freshening up on all the techniques and all the indicators that we offer. Make sure you're getting the maximum use out of your investment in the greatest indicators that I've ever come across and the indicators that I use to personally earn 6 figures a year in this stock market. If you're not using Hawkeye yet, that's okay. Keep an eye out for my videos. Keep an eye out because my goal is to teach you something every day. But with that, guys, click the link below. Watch the vSwarm webinar. Why? Because it's going to fill in all the gaps of the things that I can't share with you in 5 to 10 minutes every morning. But they're so important for you to understand. So check it out. Click the link below. Watch the video. Questions, comments, concerns, call us, visit us, email us. All right? Have a great Tuesday. Great to see you guys as always. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.